So just let's break down what is Mars and Gemini. Let's read this together. Mars is the planet of action, energy, and motivation, and it spends about 7 to 8 years, in it feels like years, in each sign unless retrograde. With Mars and Gemini for you and for everyone, so that's all of us, collective, there is more energy to engage in mentally stimulating activities. Sapiosexuals unite. Mars has to do with your sexual libido. You feel like connecting your thoughts with others. You can also expect to find greater courage to speak your mind. Hello. Yay. Hello. DJT. Gemini sons. All you Gemini risings like my daughter who's about to have this baby. Intellectual energy is high gear and communication styles are more assertive. She's learning how to speak better. She went back to school. She has a plan for after school. So, and then all the people that I know with the Mars and Gemini placement, which is, if you watch my shorts, you saw that I spoke on Mars and Gemini placements being something that I'm starting to appreciate, because the only Gemini placement that I have is Lilith in Gemini. So I repress all of the intellectual energy that I would love to have with people. I love to talk about things. I'm investigative. So of course I want to know all the details to every single thing. The Lilith position can be repressing. Shout out to anybody else who has Lilith and Gemini. I have it in the 8th house, which is the Scorpio house. So again, Mars and Gemini, as you can see where it says direct, it's direct currently, but the next retrograde is in Scorpio season, the first weekend, okay? The end of this month, October the 30th, 2022. And it doesn't end until the 12th of January, 2023. You see, it's supposed to be 7 to 8 weeks. But because under that line, the last line says position, it'll position it stations at, which means it stops going forward, going direct at 25 degrees of Gemini, which is 4 degrees away from it ending in Gemini. And then you have it going all the way back in retrograde to 8 degrees, the first decan. The end of the first decan, but literally it's going to go all the way back there January the 12th. It'll take until March to go into the next sign, which is Cancer. So we've been in Mars and Gemini. You see how long we've been, because we're already almost at the end of it, and then we're going all the way back to almost the beginning of it. And when we go all the way back, you best believe Ye is going to have so much more to say and motivate others. Let me just push this clip real quick too.
And just eyesight, it doesn't seem to have gotten any better. I think in the last 10 years, we are now on our third director. Starting with, I believe, Adrian Todman, now on our third director now. As mentioned, when you go into these properties, the amount of deplorable and dilapidated conditions is inhumane. And I visited so many housing communities with OAG, with DCRA, and they get a slap on the wrist, even to the point where the department, the DC Attorney General had to file a lawsuit against these property owners. As a result, a few months ago, I did a sleep-in around Potomac Gardens just to see and feel what everyday residents are feeling every day. And it's scary. Not just hearing the number of gunshots outside, to hearing the mice scratching inside the walls for hours. Just the plumbing issues when you flush, and just the water leaking from one apartment to the next. And what I saw in a few hours, people are living in every day. And we as a council, as a branch of government, even the executive, have a duty to ensure that residents are living in healthy living conditions. And to my colleagues' comments, HUD is not off the hook. I've sent emails and letters to HUD, to little to no response. outside of a general email response. And it's our hope that we push all of our government agencies, both local and federal, to ensure that, the conditions get better. And the number of vacant units is disheartening when we have so many individuals calling my office every day, calling council members' office, trying to get a place to live for their families, stuck in the streets. Then we got this removal of tents throughout the district. We just have to do better. Bad things happen when good people do nothing. There are a lot of good people in this district that want to do something. This is a one step in the right direction to do something about these deplorable living conditions with our public housing properties. Thank you.
On TV and said, I hope they take his children away from him.
Wow.
I hope they take his children away from him. Everybody they put out, Triple X, Tupac, that's what Larry was saying.
Right.
My response was, well, I guess I'm next then.
Right.
Because it's no backing down at this point. I talked to Cube because Cube been labeled an anti-Semite. First of all, we are Semite. We
Right.
Jew, so I can't be anti-Semite.
Right.
First of all, I need my 4 stadiums back. The 78 media outlets that called me abuser when I was trying to get that heroin addict away from my kids that was tattooing my kids' names on them, Skeet,
Right.
Pete Davidson,
Right.
they popping up. You know what I'm saying? It's like they, Trevor Noah, not even from America.
Right.
He just looked black,
Right.
right? Gonna say, yo, Kim, it's gonna get dangerous. So they putting all that, he crazy. He's so OJ.
All in all, the intellectual conversations that need to be had. Remember, TMZ is teaching everyone abundantly empowerment is the key to enlightening every day. You are here on Get a Life Astrology to grow into divine adults and love yourself forever. So don't trip because I'm not tripping. I am tripping, but I still love myself first. Okay? My shorts are wild. Gemini, I'm living the duality life. With Mars, that's ruled by, that my home sign, Scorpio, is ruled by Mars. So this energy is not only personal, it's collective. It's all of us. It's important messages that we need to have with each other in conversations. It's taking action on things that need to be said, which is why, how could y'all judge Ye when he's literally trying to teach y'all stuff? Gemini is a communication sign as well as all the other air signs. We're in Libra season still, trying to communicate with your partners, your relationships. Saturn is in Aquarius, getting ready to go direct in 5 days. Saturn Aquarius means us coming together as a society, breaking down the old structures, the old rules, coming together for us, for humanity, not for government. That's Saturn and Capricorn. We're done. The government broke down last year. It's just the remnants of what's happening now, and society's turn to take over with Saturn and Aquarius. So it's all these things that we need to communicate about. All these things we need to communicate about with this Mars retrograde in Gemini and Saturn being Aquarius until next year when it moves into Pisces, when things will even out just a little bit, but it's still endings. Pisces is the last sign of the zodiac sign. I can go on forever. Gemini and Pisces is also mutable energy. So go with the flow. I get it. Sagittarius, that I can't stand y'all's placements. I get it. Go with the flow. But some things still need to be persistent, and the drive needs to be there, and that's what Scorpio's here to do. It's a lot of Libra, Scorpio energy right now with relationships and intimate relationships, okay? Because Scorpio and Libra have to do with your relationships, relating to people with Libra, intimately, going deeper with people intimately with Scorpio. You got all these things you got to think of. It's not just one thing. It's not just the moon. It's not just the sun. It's all these energies. And that's what I'm going to be talking about and getting deeper into and practicing my astrology more so that this Mars and Gemini, I can really press through and give this information to you that I know that you want and need and desire. All right, TMZM out. And thank you for liking, commenting, sharing, and subscribing and viewing. Check out my shorts too, they're funny. But serious.